from our last tale.
He said that he was basically too good to spar with me, and that he thought he was going to hurt me.
He was a very punchable face. Alright, well, we're running, so are you guys running after us?
I think I would recognize someone as beautiful and, well, clearly very talented.
And I grab his hand kind of like this and hold it up as if I like for him to kiss it.
At what point do they teach you to be really condescending and patronizing to those under you?
That way he's completely disguised. And then he's going to throw a knife at that guy.
Making careful notes of the person who just insulted her friend.
And he looks at Viola.
We've already established that this man is not smart. Get yourself together and I will get them together as well.
I am going to hold vicious mockery for when he makes an attack.
This is you starting it, not me. I've done nothing to you yet.
Were I to need to run away. Hey! Listen, you buffoon.
You know, someday you'll go far, and I really hope you stay there.
I have 1 hit point.
There's no point in staying in this fight.
Yeah, the gesture is clear. Please stop.
Children, I am surrounded by children.
Maybe I do have psychotic knives.
Tell them to stand down. We'll finish this right now.
Okay, so Viola says to her friends, I went looking for a fight. I can do this on my own. You guys can leave us be.
On your own is a bit of a stretch.
Well, I don't think Viola knows that.
Oh, yeah,
I guess
true.
you announced it, but she doesn't really know
he
that
hasn't
that's
said
true.
how much damage he's given, and there's no physical amount. For all you know, he's done him like he threw little needles at him. So
right.
Ste'yn will scoff audibly, step back, and she's going to dispel Shield of Faith.
All right, your armor class is back to normal. Anything else?
This is not the way to earn your death.
You say that a lot, and I'm honestly not really sure what you mean by that. We're going to have to chat about that later.
There might not be an opportunity to. And Ste'yn's just going to step back.
Snow.
Snow is going to... Yeah, he's going to go stand over by Ste'yn.
Viola.
I just want to do a quick assessment. Looking at him, can I tell health-wise, does he look really hurt? Does he look like he's doing fine?
He looks a little winded. He looks a little winded. You got some good strikes on him. Yourself, I think you managed to hit him. Did you manage to hit him?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah?
Mm-hmm.
You got a good strike on him, but most of it just seems to be, he's sweating. You do see him sweating, but there isn't a lot of physical damage to assess.
Yeah, that makes sense. Okay. So Viola's going to kind of hold out her short swords ready to strike and just say, let's take this a couple more rounds.
Excellent. It's your turn to hit. It's your turn to strike.
My first short sword, 19.
19 will hit.
7 damage.
Excellent.
And the second one, 23.
23 hits.
6 damage.
All right. Oh, I'm sorry. Is there anything else you wanted to do?
Nope, I'm good.
Beau, before you do anything, please give me a Constitution saving throw.
Alright. I got an 8.
Okay. Your strikes are not causing any kind of visible damage to this man. Viola's strikes are true. They are finding spots in his armor, and you are watching as she strikes, and you're very proud of her. She's getting her fight, and she's doing what seems to be a half-decent job of it, too. And as she's striking, just your head just kind of begins to pound a little bit, just kind of with your own heartbeat. You just get this kind of overwhelming sense that's sort of knocking you off your feet a bit. Just your heart is racing, your head is pounding, your throat is scratching, your eyes feel dry, heavy. You feel just a little faint for a moment.
Do I still have my turn?
You may still take your turn.
Okay. He is going to get his composure and then will yell out, if you do anything to dishonor the lady in this one-on-one duel, I will throw another knife at you. And he's just going to ready an action in case he does anything that is like low blow, dishonorable towards her or anything like that.
Okay. So you're readying the action.
Correct.
Excellent. All right. He eyes you for a moment, and you sort of have to blink a bit and kind of regather your composure to see him clearly. And he just gives you a small little nod, and he looks back at Viola, and he says, another round. Don't drop your sword now. Don't you have something to prove? As he comes back at you with a strike. It's 13 to hit.
Nope.
Okay.
Oh, dang.
He's starting to lose his own composure, it seems.
It's getting a bit winded.
14 to hit.
Nope.
As he can't seem to find his breath. Goodness. And he's missing, and all the while he is laughing. And you guys are sort of, the way that he's striking, he's sort of moving around you, and you sort of end up in this circling dance. Because you have, unless you've readied an action, because you've otherwise said to stand down, it will just be between Viola and Torval. Viola, go ahead.
I'm going to strike with my first short sword. That's gonna miss.
She's like, I had a feeling in my gut.
And the second? Seems we're both losing steam at this point.
And he laughs as you say this. He says, well, once you get started, sometimes you just gotta try and finish. Make it a good show. Learn something from it.
Exactly.
Was there anything else you wanted to do?
Nope.
Okay.
I can't tell if he's trying to teach her anything during this or something. I don't know. It sounds kind of like a bit unhelpful. Like it sounds very unwise guidance he's giving out there.
You caught him in the middle of first bloodlust and then like, oh, I'm actually enjoying myself. I don't know, man. It's getting wild in here. 22 to hit. He brings the blade around for 7 damage. How are you holding up?
Good. 13.
Really?
Yeah,
Okay.
she got healed and then second winded.
And then second wind. That's true. All right. And then another strike. It's only a 12.
Nope.
All right. So he brings his blade around again in this, and you see it in this kind of whirling dervish of a turn as he slices towards you, but you just manage to kind of pull yourself out of the way. And before you get another opportunity, you all do hear a voice speak out before Viola can strike again. And you hear this voice saying, "It seems a little late to be having this much fun, don't you think, old Torval?" And this man in beautiful, gleaming, golden armor is approaching. And he lays a hefty arm on Torval's shoulder. And Torval looks up and sees that man you saw earlier.
Stockholm.
Stockholm. That's the one. He has this blonde hair that's slicked back, perfectly coiffed. His armor, this beautiful, stunning design that other people can't quite appreciate. But Viola, you note that there's just something really noteworthy about it. Not just being golden, but spectacular, spectacularly designed. He has those 2 blades that are crossed along his back. And he is looking over Torval, who is just, again, sweating and panting. And he looks at you, who is cut up and slashed and panting. And he says, "You've given my friend quite a run. What is your name?"
Viola.
A pleasure. They call me Storkum.
Nice to meet you. And
Well-
I shake his hand.
And he actually will kiss your hand the way that you had offered it earlier to Torval.
Wonderful.
Wonderful. Best reaction. He looks at Torval and he tells him, you're having a fair bit of fun on this day. All the novices are arriving, but you should not have taken up one who is not a novice. And Torval looks at him and shakes his head. Storkum looks back at you, Viola. Oh, you mean to say you've arrived today?
Yes. Yeah, I just got here today. I actually saw you and Torval fighting on my way in. I was very impressed.
When you know what you're doing, it's impressive and effective. I like when it's both. Well, Viola, it's a pleasure. He didn't hurt you too much, did he?
Oh, no, I'm doing just fine. This is exactly the fight I was looking for.
Excellent. And you'll learn a lot while you're here. I promise you that. And it won't always be so brash now, will it? Told Torval. And Torval again shakes his head and he sheathes his sword. And he actually looks at Storkum and says, I only needed one more hit, you know. And Storkum just shakes his head. One more hit against a novice. What are you trying to prove here? Storkum looks back at you, Viola, bows his head. I only mean, as I said, you have plenty to learn, and Torval happens to be one of our guards. It's about as high as you get at a place like this. So to make him look like this, clearly you come from some good stock. I like to think that there is both knowledge you learn and some that's inherent. It's in your genes. It's some people's destiny to be something incredible. We'll keep our eye out for you, Lady Viola.
During
Torval,
that
come on.
conversation, can Beau have tried sneaking off to the side somewhere without being seen? Because it seems like that guy didn't see me anyway, even though he's...
He's not looking at you. He's
Yeah.
looking what
So,
yeah.
can I sneak off behind something and have nobody see me, and then I'm going to let the disguise self go off.
Roll a stealth check.
Okay.
Oh my goodness.
That's a 15.
Okay.
So I make it and I dispel it.
You go ahead.
Okay. I do that. And then once he's back to just being regular Beau, he's just gonna walk a little bit around, maybe stealth a little bit around, and then come up behind Ste'yn and Snow.
Okay.
Do I need to stealth that again, or?
Are you trying to remain unseen to Ste'yn and Snow?
Yes, until I show up.
I think Ste'yn's kept her eyes on you the whole time.
Ste'yn,
Yeah,
please
can I
roll
roll
a perception. Yeah.
Can I roll another stealth?
No.
Well, apparently Ste'yn's a little too distracted by what's going on in front of her.
Ste'yn's like, fine, I'm just gonna take my magical armor away.
You wanted to fight by yourself? It means by
She
yourself.
big man.
Snow, I see you're 17 and I raise you a 4. So mine is now a 19.
Oh, right, the even if it fails thing.
Yep.
If he fails, he can.
How many of
add to
those
it.
have you used just
That's
within
like
this?
a third.
Only 2? No, that's only my second.
Okay, he's halfway there. We can get him there before 8:30.
Yeah, but I
Eastern
can make
Daylight
another
Time.
one. I can make another.
Okay. Anyway, so you slip in behind Snow and Ste'yn.
Yeah, and then
Mhm.
and then he's just gonna be like, what did I miss?
Oh, don't say that like you haven't been around.
What do you mean?
You know
I
what
don't.
you.
I can't possibly fathom what you're talking about.
Ste'yn's going to turn and backhand him across the
What?
want to make you roll for it. I'm just gonna allow it.
Whoa, wait a minute. I have an armor class.
I don't even care.
I'm a shifty fellow.
You're taking no damage for it. I won't even make you
Okay.
roll anything as you taste some blood in your mouth and it's just kind of icky. It's all aesthetics.
You know what you did. And Ste'yn's going to turn back around to keep an eye on Viola and Storkum and Torval.
It's okay. No one else saw it except Snow.
I lean over to Ste'yn and just say, "Hey, what's your favorite color?
What?
Favorite color? What is it?"
I don't think she has a favorite color.
Black.
Shut up.
That would require her to like something.
All right.
I may not like you, but black.
All right. And Snow just starts using his staff to grow some black roses, and he's going to take the time to fashion a flower crown out of completely pure black roses.
Metal. Okay.
Looks torn between confused and terrified at the sight of the black roses.
He hands it to you. He didn't say anything, just offers it.
She just holds it. A wreath?
If you prefer. Normally it's a crown, but you can do with it as you will.
She will set it on his head. She's very confused by this whole interaction. You can tell she's
On my
never.
head?
Yes, she sets it on Snow's head.
Sweet.
Like that?
I was thinking like this, and puts it on yours.
Does Viola see that happen?
I'm going to say this interaction is happening while you and Storkum and Torval are having your interaction.
Thank you.
Hence, you also did not see Beau get slapped in the face. I will give him that for not allowing him to counter it.
Snow just turns back to keep watching Viola and the others.
So, Storkum, again, bows, kisses your hand, Lady Viola, before, and he says, he does add before he goes, they start to walk, and he turns around, and he says, "You look as though you're from good stock, and I do take account of that. We ourselves will have to spar one day, but you're going to have to advance from novice first. Can you do that? Can you last here long enough?"
I believe I was built for it.
Excellent. Have a good evening. I have to get
You
this
as
one
well.
to bed. And they turn and they exit, heading south, away from the town square.
Night.
When you
look
turn
like
back to your
need a
friends,
drink.
you see Ste'yn with a crown on her head of black roses.
Ste'yn, we match! We're both wearing crowns. Viola runs over and gives her a hug.
As she runs over, Beau's going to take steps backwards.
Ste'yn steps out of the way of the hug.
We'll get there one day. I think this is adorable. I wish we could just capture this moment forever.
Ste'yn doesn't say anything to her.
The crown looks very becoming on you. I think it's wonderful. I think you should keep it indefinitely.
No remark.
Viola, congrats on your win.
Also, hey, I just wanted to say to all you guys, thank you so much for having my back there. Loyalty really means a lot to me, and I would do the same for any of you. And it really, really does mean a lot to me that you guys are there for me.
You would start a needless fight that could get you kicked out of the place you're trying to be in to try and learn how to fight for the light.
I did not start that fight. In fact, going
You
into
continued.
it, I told him that he was the one starting it. It's okay to continue it. We were just sparring. I feel like at that point I knew we could kind of stop it whenever we needed to. And I was holding my own for the most part with your guys' help, of course, in the beginning. Thank you so much for the healing. But he was the one who approached me furious for no reason, acting like I had attacked him. I have absolutely no idea what that was about.
Yeah, let's not ruin a perfectly good moment here, Ste'yn.
He was also sweating profusely. Do you think that's like a medical condition or
Could be like one of them heart things.
maybe?
He seemed to have a pretty bad headache.
Yeah, that could be. I have no idea.
There's some elixirs out there for that. Viola, are you gonna take care of those wounds you got all over you?
Oh, I figure when we go to bed tonight, I'll be feeling better in the morning.
Okay.
I really hope we're not getting into any more fights tonight. I don't think I could take another one.
Yes, let's not.
Seems like that would be the consequence of your actions.
All I was looking for was a good spar, and I will say he approached me first, furious for no reason. I would say that would be a consequence of his actions.
It sounds
started
like it
it.
to me.
I just felt the need to finish it. Unless there's something I'm missing, I don't think I started that fight, even though I did go looking for it, just for a regular spar. I feel like he took it to a whole nother level in the beginning. Like I said, I have no idea what was going on with him.
It sounds like he was very much in the wrong. I have your back.
Thank you, Beau. That means a lot to me. So, what should we do now?
Well, I think Lear was gonna make us dinner.
Oh, that's right. We should go back to the novice hut and see if we could find her. I'm starving after that little bout.
Is that where you guys are headed? Okay. So you pass through the wild pike, go back inside, on the far side of it, back into the novice hut. It's a large place. I don't know if you guys had plans to meet in a particular area. Did you want to check the great hall where food is, or the mess hall rather, where food is generally served? As my imagine. Is that where we're
No,
headed?
she said she had it in her stuff wherever her stuff would be. So I don't know if she'd be in like the common area or if she'd be in the mess hall. I don't know.
Is there a table?
Where?
Well, in the room. I mean, Beau's short,
Anywhere.
so he's just trying to get a vantage point.
Where are we even
Like
at
in the
right
barracks?
Yeah, like wherever we're at, is there like a table for us to search for her?
If you want to go to the barracks, if you can go upstairs. If she said she had to go back to her room.
Oh, but that would be a separate barracks than what I can go into, right? Or can you?
There
go
is a
into
common
any?
area in the middle of the two.
Oh,
but no,
okay.
you would not be. I mean, you can go and see if there's a guard keeping watch, or if it's going to be a bunch of women who are going to punch you out if you try to go into the women's area, like Ste'yn. But there is a common area. So if you went upstairs, you might wait in the common area if the ladies went inside. So when you get upstairs, that middle area, it is this long kind of lounging area. The walls have some sort of cubbies, these where with names on them, where mailing and notes are kept. You do see some people already up there, already sitting about, numerous people lounging about. A lot of people are looking a little. Some people are sitting, but they seem to be constantly shifting, like they're anxious. Maybe other people are chattering, and it feels there seems to be a lot of anxiety in the air. If you go into through on either long wall, there are two doors. If you enter towards the one where the women go, it leads you to a long hallway. There are other doors leading in. If immediately to one side is a door that leads into another smaller lounge area, and then there's bedrooms. If you go the whole length of it, there are 5 bedrooms, each one with 6 bunk beds in them. And then there are lavatories attached to each one, like 3 like main lavatories, but it's all very communal. But even as you look about, you don't see Lear up there. So perhaps in all that time she might have already gone up or whatever it is, but you don't see her up there. You do see numerous other people. As you poke into one room, you spot a very brightly colored dress and a very brightly colored haired young woman wearing said dress, as she is also chattering with someone on one of the bunk beds, the dark-skinned gnomish girl that you had seen downstairs. She is in one of the bedrooms. Whether or not you wanted to approach them, you do spot them up there in the barracks, but you don't see Lear.
Oh, I thought Lear was the gnome, so she's the halfling?
Lear is the halfling.
Okay, I got them swapped.
That's fair. I was listening to the other episode. I probably mismatched those. My bad.
Didn't the gnomish girl, didn't she walk back out the opposite way of all of us in the thing?
She did.
And she's engaged in a conversation right now with somebody
the
else,
other
or
with the other girl that was in your testing area.
the pink and purple lady?
That got failed.
Failed.
The witch. As
The
Beau
witch.
called it.
The witch.
Viola will walk up to them and say hello and introduce herself. Hello, how are you guys? I'm Viola. We were in the same room together in the Vines situation. I just wanted to come up and say hello and introduce myself.
The gnome looks up, and the 2 girls were together on the bed. They were actually sitting there with little jars of these little glass vials with this colored liquid pigment in it and a teeny tiny brush, and they seem to be applying this liquid pigment onto their hands right over their nails, and you can kind of smell this sort of acidic kind of scent right in that area. And they look up. The gnome looks up and smiles. Before she can speak, the other girl, the other woman, young woman, looks at you, kind of looks you up and down, looks back at her nails and starts blowing on her hands. Nice to meet you.
What are you guys up to? That looks like a lot of fun.
Just waiting, I guess.
I didn't catch your name.
Okay.
Okay, I can tell when I'm not wanted somewhere. I'll leave you 2 be. And Viola goes back out of the room.
Before you go, give me a quick insight check.
Another one for the list.
I'm just gonna go attack everyone who isn't nice.
Stop fighting!
You were a little rude.
15.
That means you die.
You rubbed me the wrong way. I'm gonna murder you and punch your dog. A 15. As you turn to go, you do see that the gnome almost was trying to say something, but then every time she did, the other girl spoke. There's kind of a look of like, oh, okay, well, never mind. And she goes back to, painting, or they're painting their nails. But you do overhear briefly as the first girl kind of starts continuing a conversation, something along the lines of, that test was stupid. It was ridiculous. We did exactly what we were supposed to do. Can you believe the look she gave me? I did I'll bet the captain rigged the whole thing because she couldn't even do it herself. I thought of exactly what to do. They need brains like mine here. Why would they do something so stupid? And you hear the other girl just saying, Cynthia, I'm sure it ain't like that. I'm sure it ain't like that. You were great, though. You were. And there's this, moment of pause before the girl, her name appears to be Cynthia, says, "Yeah, I was great," and then continues painting her nails.
Viola's gonna poke her head back in just for a second before, like, kind of as she's exiting, she just kind of sticks her head back in and just says, "If you guys ever do want to chat, I'm very nice. I'd love to make friends. I feel like one of the best things for us here is to band together and help one another. And just a bit of advice. Sometimes you have to fail to make yourself better." And I'm just gonna continue to walk out of the room.
You hear this kind of churling. Ugh, yeah, it looks like she failed something. And then you hear like a little like, "Ugh, Cynthia, come on," as you exit. But you do not see Lear up there.
Do I want to go check in like the mess hall area, or back in the what was the tavern we were in before?
Wasn't that just part of the main building or something? The Pike?
The Wild
tavern?
Pike.
Yeah,
Yeah.
wasn't
The
it
Wild
the,
Pike?
wasn't the tavern in there?
We could go back there.
Hmm.
Have a drink too.
No
Yeah.
offers to buy drinks for everyone.
Yeah, I mean, we could do that, Beau saying as he still sidestepped away from Viola. Are you sure you don't want to make yourself look a little bit more decent if you want to go and, to a pub, get drinks?
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, you do, or no, you don't?
I mean, you've suggested it like twice now, I think, so maybe I should.
Yeah, just kind of wipe yourself down, or do you have any little thing to clean off, Snow?
No, but I can make it look like you have. And he uses minor illusion just to make himself look completely different.
You want to aim that at her, though?
Does her appearance
What?
bother you?
Not well. It's just like a thing, Like I get a little bit faint, and it grosses me out when I smell fresh blood, and she's got it all over her. So I'm just keeping my distance until I won't do that, because it will make me potentially throw up all over her.
I'll be right back. And Viola goes to the bathroom and cleans herself off and makes sure she's not showing any blood.
Sure. And as you guys wait for Viola, are you guys waiting back up in the lounge area? Like in the lounge area
Sure.
between the what do you call it? Okay.
The common, yeah.
As you
Well,
guys are
wait, I have a question.
Sure.
First, does Ste'yn have any visible holy symbol on her person? I assume she does since she's a cleric, but
She does have one. You cannot see it.
okay, so it's not visible.
No.
It's probably just like a
All right.
skull.
It's just a skull. She's just keeping it in her purse.
Yeah, she has a whole head
Blade.
in her bag. It's just like this head that she pulls out at night.
Wouldn't you like to know?
Look, some people have comfort blankets, some people have comfort skulls, okay? We don't judge here.
Fair enough.
All right.
All right, that's it.
Okay. While you are waiting in this area, the first thing to happen is you start to notice people in kind of that official leather guard armor. You start to see people coming up to those little mailboxes.
Ooh.
Every now and then, just they're dropping a little letter inside. Snow, please give me a perception check.
19.
You were glancing about earlier when you guys came in, and you see one of these guards that appears to be going towards a box that has your name on it.
Does he put something in said box?
He put something in said box. Seems to be a rolled up something. Thin, rolled up something.
I to the others, I'm just like, my gosh, I have mail! And I get up excitedly and go get it.
It's for me!
She set this as your forwarding address already.
You go to your box. What you see in there, I'm going to share with you now.
Well, then while he goes off, Ste'yn's going to find somewhere to just sort of sit. And she's going to take off the flower crown and hold it in one hand, look at it, set it on the table, and then start taking off her gloves and looking at something she has wrapped around one of her palms and sort of comparing it to the flower crown that she sees.
Okay. And Snow, I will let you decide whether or not you want that read out loud and shared with everyone, or if you want that kept to yourself.
No, he's not going to read it out loud.
Excellent. I mean more for, well, no worries, that's fine.
But can I make a perception check to try and see what she's staring at with her flower?
You can. If you notice her walking away, you can. Are you trying to keep it a secret?
Well, I got
She's
a 6,
not-
so I'm pretty sure it's a secret. Unless she rolls really bad, I could try and psychonic dice it, but odds are it's going to be a secret.
She's trying pretty hard she's not showing it off to anybody.
Sure.
Do I need to roll for that?
He is purposely trying to perceive.
Okay.
So unless you're not purposely trying to hide.
Cool. So that'd be deception? Stealth?
Stealth or sleight of hand.
It's a 9.
I have a chance.
That was
psychonic
close.
dance. Psychonic dice. Let's see. I've got a 5.
Wow. I wanted it to fail, I won't lie.
I kind of expected it too.
Am I allowed to be biased as a DM?
I'm sorry. I didn't know
Okay.
these would come in so handy for these things.
I will let you decide if you want to, because the other two are not witnessing it, I'll let you decide if you want to share that with David in private as to what's in your hand. Because someone else, as you guys are sitting there, well, as Beau is left sitting, Beau, you hear a voice over your shoulder as someone just kind of casually leaning on either are you sitting on like a chair or a couch or something like that?
I don't know if I feel like if she was sitting staring at it, I'm trying to figure out how he would have angled himself good enough to see it. So I feel like he would almost have to be standing because distance and all that. So
Sure.
I feel like it would make more sense that he's standing than sitting.
Sure. And then you just hear a voice kind of right over your shoulder just saying, "You look like you are looking for something."
Okay, he's gonna jump and turn around. What?
And sitting next to you is that kind of otherwise plainly dressed and cloaked gentleman from your testing room.
What do you mean I'm looking for something?
Well, you are looking about as if what you want is not in front of you.
Well, I mean, it's called being alert. Didn't work out on you.
Why are you so uptight? What is wrong?
I mean, nothing's wrong. And what's your name?
Arnaud. My name is Arnaud.
Oh no?
Arnaud.
Oh no.
Fantastic. You got it perfect.
Okay.
No, Beau and I'll know.
I'm sorry. I'm not super used to your accent. Where are you from?
I've been all over. It's the best way you get information is by moving about. Wouldn't you say?
I mean, I could see the potential, but
Mm.
so did you just kind of make up this accent then? It's personal to you.
No. But if I wanted to sound different, I could. But why would I want to say? Why would I want to change that? If I wanted to speak like this, I could speak like this too. Would you prefer if I speak like this?
No, it's not a preference thing. It's just
Then I won't!
okay. In his mind, he's like, maybe I should have made it a preference thing.
You just looked like a fellow novice who was on the hunt, and I wanted to help.
All right. And what are you on the hunt for?
Nothing more than information. I want to know what you're looking for.
Well, I mean, I feel like it's a know it when I see it kind of thing. But if you're so inclined to explore, why you sign up to be in this place? Isn't that kind of a commitment to a location? It sounds like everything you're against.
Oh, not everything I'm against. Sometimes you get a lot of information by standing still, looking, watching, listening, shutting up. It's great.
So you're after information.
Always!
Okay. And you think you'll get it here?
Certainly.
Have you heard much about these guardianships? Is that what made you feel like you would get information?
I've heard a lot about a lot.
Okay,
Do you have a question about a guardianship?
Yeah, I'm just wondering some of your general knowledge, How much you know?
How much are you willing to share back?
Well, I mean, I don't really know that much myself.
But you know something.
I know a little bit.
I think you know more than you say.
Well, how about this? We could do an exchange. You say something, I'll say something.
You go first.
Well, no,
Why
I
is this happening,
started
like,
this
right behind
interaction.
Ste'yn?
What was that, Snow?
Is all of this happening right behind Ste'yn?
Far enough back that she didn't know that perhaps Beau was spying on her. But off to the side, probably.
She sort of gives him a glance over her shoulder and decides Beau can deal with that.
He will say, Arno laughs at your sort of catching him, and he says, most people are so eager to talk and learn that they will just barf out whatever it is. But you're very smart, and I appreciate that. I will tell you that you seem uncomfortable.
Well, that doesn't tell me anything about guardianships now, does it?
You seem uncomfortable with this guardianship.
Okay, that still doesn't really tell me anything about your knowledge on guardianships. It's more of a body read on me as...
Is it a bad one?
Yeah, I mean, I think I feel pretty comfortable here. What's not to be comfortable here? Can I roll deception?
Sure.
Oh no, my die are getting used up. Alright, that's a 14.
Okay.
I didn't expect such a smooth talk.
While that's happening, Ste'yn's gonna put the crown back on her head and put her gloves back on.
Perfect. Deception, that's a charisma, right?
Yes.
Okay.
I'm guessing this guy has a high charisma.
He might. Wow, but he got a nat 1! You sure fooled him today.
I look super comfortable.
Yeah. And he kind of looks you up and down and he says, oh, look, not all of my information is correct. I will say, though, one thing I do think is correct is that the lovely ladies that you walk around with, good choice, strong, bold, beautiful. Excellent choice to keep around. And the other one, too, the bard, almost didn't even get in here. He seems very funny. I appreciate the little show you all had earlier.
Oh, you watched Viola fight.
I watched a lovely fight.
I mean, did he see me when I rolled a 26 for stealth behind the bushes?
He smiles at you and he says, if there is something you are looking for, I simply wish to introduce myself. As your friend Viola likes to say, make friends. It's good to have friends in a place like this.
Well, actually, there is a shop, not in this area, but in the next area over that I was interested in taking a look at. Do you know, have you heard of where'd I put that note?
The Mundane Arcane?
The Mundane Arcane, yeah.
The not Mundane Arcane.
Not Mundane Arcane. Yeah, do you have knowledge about that and maybe like what's there?
I do.
Okay. What kind of things do they have there?
Oops. All manner of things. What are you looking for? Oops.
Well, I mean, I could use some like defensive things, so I don't know, maybe some interesting knives or any kind of things. It's not exactly armor, but how about just like enchanted things?
How about an enchanted set of gloves?
Depending on what they do, I could be interested.
Perhaps we'll have to take a look at that sometime.
So you're saying they do have them?
They have all manner of things there. Did you want to go?
That was a place that I wanted to visit, yes.
Funny. So did I. It's like we're friends already. Great minds think alike.
I see. So does that mean you have coin for purchase, or were you thinking of just kind of taking what you needed?
Sir, are you accusing me of being a rogue and a knave? Huh.
I mean, I'm just curious as to how alike we are.
Some things are more expensive than they ought to be.
Ah, I see. Okay. Well then, well, I told you that. What are you looking for? You still haven't told me.
Oh, but I did.
Did you?
I did.
You commented on me, about me being uncomfortable. Or maybe it wasn't so much what you were looking for as much as it is your knowledge on this place. Or guardianships in general. You never commented on.
What I told you is that I am always looking for information. Always.
So is this information readily available at guardianships, or is it more hush-hush?
What about the guardianship are you after? You have to be specific, otherwise you open an encyclopedia and you have the whole world at your fingertips.
Okay,
and you learn nothing.
Okay, so if somebody who's not in it wanted to know information about it, where would they get that information?
From someone who has been in it. Why
So
not
that-
get it from the source?
So that's the only way people get to know anything, is doing that. They don't get, there's not like any kind of records of any activity.
Ah, you are looking for a specific place?
Not necessarily. I'm just trying to figure out why it seems like everything's so secretive. Like,
What is secret?
well, the
A
fact
guardianship forms, people arrive, they make the town strong, and then you take 3 years, and you are an entire kingdom.
that, yeah, but there's
You are
nothing. They just wipe the slate clean if that process doesn't go as smoothly.
You can never wipe everything clean. There's always a little stain left.
But they don't make any official record of those stains.
Nobody wants to air the dirty laundry.
Okay. So that's what I guess you could say I was pondering the most.
But people know. A lot can be lost to time. If you want to go find that place,
Yes, I do want to go find that place.
as do I,
Alright.
are your lovely friends coming with us?
Well, do you guys want to go, I don't know.
Where's that tall beauty? Where is she?
Oh, she's getting clean.
Shame.
I think she's taking a bath or something. And she might not be long. I don't know.
Well, let us do this then. If you wish to go out and about, I will meet you. I know people who know people who know people. It's good to know people. Come find me down at the rising gate by the stable. It's where I have a contact, you might say. And we'll make sure we go together. We'll go down to the Raleigh district, have our fill all night. A lot of people here don't even think they're going to last the night, so you might see a few people on the way out. You might see a few people drunk. Watch out for them. They're very upset. They couldn't figure out the vines. They're sitting there like, oh, it scratched me. Oh, I failed. Oh, it's so sad. They think way too much on it. Like that girl with the pink hair. She thinks too much. That's her problem. She thinks way too much. But you all, I knew you would figure it out. So come meet me.
You said by the
Will you?
stable?
Yes.
All right. Sounds good.
Excellent. Not immediately. I won't be there. I also want a drink. But, let's say, just shy of midnight. Will you be there? A romantic time of night.
Sure, I can be there.
Beautiful. I hope your friends will be there too. If not,
We will. Some might need convincing.
you are smart enough. I'm sure you'll figure it out.
Yeah.
Beau, is it?
Oh, well, I didn't say that, but yes, it is.
Lovely to meet you finally, Beau. Holds his hand out to shake.
Yeah. Gives a very, passive handshake, I guess. I don't know.
A passive hand.
Like, it just kind of uncomfortable, like how he puts out his hand and everything.
Fair. He shakes your hand. It's a hearty shake before he kind of not skipping, but it's a very it is a very lively step out of the room and back downstairs.
So I am highly avoiding the urge of pickpocketing him.
How bad are you hiding this urge?
No.
He's like shaking.
So
Must take.
So instead I'm going to try and pickpocket any random person near me.
Roll your sleight of hand.
Okay, come on. I haven't successfully done this yet.
Yeah, we know.
14!
A 14. All right. And let's see. Perception is wisdom, yeah? As you attempt, you find someone who doesn't seem to be quite aware, and you just passing by and just slip your hand right in the pocket. You pull out what seems to be a little. There's not much in that little pocket. It's some girl passing by towards the rooms, very unaware, and has this cute little coin purse on her side. But it doesn't have coin in it. It's got this little tiny rolled up piece of parchment with a very cute pink satin bow.
All right. I would like to also use sleight of hand to sneak it back on her.
Go for it.
Couldn't you have just pretended it fell out?
No,
Uh-oh.
no, you could not.
That would have got an 8.
Let's see if we're ending this on a strong note. Beau, what are you doing? So you go to put it back, and she stops abruptly and turns kind of in your direction, and she ends up walking right into you, knocking you over, and she kind of stumbles back, and she sees you holding the little note, and she shrieks just this like blood-curdling scream as she snatches it out of your hand. This young woman, a human, she seems very, very simply dressed otherwise, hair is pulled back in a braid, as she looks at you and she says, "How dare you! How dare you!"
I'm gonna deception attempt and be like, "You dropped it, I was just putting it back."
Roll the deception as the small crowd starts to form around her.
Alright, deception, save me now! Dirty 20!
Dirty 20. People start to look in your way. start to look in your direction as she's screaming, and you're like, no, you had just dropped it. Tears, like these large rolling tears are starting down her face. And as you say that, she sniffs. Fine. Be careful where you're going.
Well, be careful with your things.
Don't you talk to me that way. And she storms into the ladies' area. And you note, out of the corner of your eye, looking back at the stairs where Arnaud is leaving, his head is just kind of propped up. He just nods at you. And then he goes downstairs. And that's where we're going to end for tonight. I think Beau has caused quite enough damage tonight.
So much.
This has been glorious, and I appreciate all of you. This did not go at all where I thought it was going to go.
It honestly didn't go how I thought it was going to.
But it is what happened, and so it is the best thing that could have happened. That's what I'm going to say. That's what I'm going to roll with. We're going to roll with it. But, ladies and gentlemen, thank you so much for joining us at the table. Welcome to new followers, those who are joining us tonight. We are so glad that you are here for the ride. Subscribers and donors, thank you for helping fund these adventures so we never run out of our healing potions, to make sure that you never miss a moment of this show. And if you want to recall these fantastic moments later on, you're going to want to. Make sure that you subscribe to us on YouTube over on at Tales from the Catacombs, and that is where all of our sessions will be saved for posterity. And a huge thank you to our players tonight. We have David, who's playing Beau, and he streams here on Twitch under You Hate to See It. Fantastic gaming streamer. Catherine, who had to step out, she plays Ste'yn, and she dabbles in various geek circles on Twitter and on Instagram under A Catholic Geek. Kassie, you can find her. She plays Viola. She's over on Instagram at Coffee, Koffeeh. And Josh, who plays Snow, and you can wave to him when you find him here, right here with us. We love him right here with us. I am Brenna. I have been your storyteller for this adventure, and we will see you back here next time. Safe travels, ladies and gentlemen, until we meet again.